Mila Jasey. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't relieved this is over. I like talking to people one-on-one. I find it very difficult to have a conversation when you're limited to 30 seconds or a minute and a half, because all of the problems, all the issues that we're facing are much more complicated than that. And I was aware of it, but I'm certainly more aware of it now, having spent 2 years in the Assembly. I do think that my first term, actually this is technically my third term that I'm running for. I can explain that afterwards if you like. But in what was technically my first term, which was from November 2007 to January 2008, I sponsored a bill to repeal the death penalty in New Jersey, and that was my introduction to the legislature, and it was a very, for me personally, rewarding vote. It was a bipartisan vote. It was very interesting listening to the debate on the floor, listening to the debate in caucus, and understanding that the legislature is made up of many different individuals with many different backgrounds and interests and experiences coming together to try to make good decisions. During this term, I also sponsored or signed on to numerous pieces of legislation which became law in the areas of education, housing, healthcare, and consumer protection. The 27th district is, I like to say, a microcosm of the state of New Jersey. It is hands down the most ethnically, religiously, racially, and economically diverse legislative district in our state. From the West Ward of Newark to Orange, West Orange, South Orange, Maplewood, Livingston, to Caldwell, Fairfield, Essex Fells, and Roseland. I had to, practice that. It presents significant challenges, but also great rewards. And I've had the opportunity to meet an incredible array of people across the 12 towns that I represent. I've also had the opportunity to work with outstanding colleagues in the Assembly, and I've formed meaningful friendships. But my greatest honor is having the privilege to serve as your voice and to represent your interests in Trenton. And for that, you have my profound thanks. And also my promise to continue, if you should decide to return me, to be visible and accessible to you. I hope to continue my efforts during the next term and focus my attention also on prison reform and prisoner reentry, something that I was introduced to over the past year through forums throughout the state, and of course education, housing, and health care. I want to thank you for coming tonight. I'm out of town, out of time again. Thank you for participating. Thank you to my challengers for keeping it real. Thank you to the League for providing the forum, and I hope that on November 3rd you will all get out and vote. John McKeon.
Thank you once again to the League. Thank you for all the great citizens that are here and those who might be watching on television. And thank you to our adversaries for being a part of tonight. And I appreciate particularly the comment when you suggested finally that none of us are individually corrupt. Thank you. I can say this. You say, would you vote for $1 billion of new taxes? I can tell you now, I won't do that. I'm not so certain that's what Governor Corzine is saying, but if the difference as to why Chris Christie is being criticized is because frankly he's saying nothing, and that's because it's not such an easy problem. If it was easy, whether it was good people like anybody here or otherwise, it would just be done. We have issues that we have to work toward in an intelligent fashion and work together. We cut the budget by $4 billion for the first time ever, going back to the 1940s. As a member of the Financial Institution Committee, I'm proud our stimulus package is in place where there's corporate tax incentives that have been changed and put into place. There's a $3,000 a job credit to create jobs in the state. There's over 30,000 applicants for that credit. There's a Main Street loan program to deal with small businesses. That's in place. That will help us get out of it. As it relates to my environmental hat, working very closely with the administration and the Energy Master Plan, as we move toward solar, as we move toward wind energy, that is going to create 30,000 green jobs in the state. That is going to be the economic engine that will help bring us back. I tell you all those things as it relates to the issue on all of our minds, and that's our economic well-being. But I'll tell you what motivates me more than anything, just from the last term. I was able to sponsor and place into law a early AIDS intervention screening for unborn children that will, in effect, eradicate infant AIDS in the state. I was able to make a change in our driver's license. When we go now shortly, we're going to either, as opposed to opting out of organ donation or opting in, we'll just opt out. And then in that instance, probably 70% of us will say yes, and within a few short years, that'll eradicate the list of people waiting for life-saving organ donation. Those are the things that allow me to sit through, frankly, nights like this and to be away from my lovely family, my wife, and my daughters, and to keep plugging, to know that indeed I am so privileged and one of the luckiest people on earth to serve you in the legislature, to be able to make some small impact on the lives of people that will never know my name. So with that, I finally tell you that I am very privileged to serve with Senator Cody as my partner in the legislature, along with Mila Jasey. I look forward to what we will continue to do for this district in the future. Thank you very much.
Really want to thank you all. It's really great of you to come and spend your time with us. Before I turn the mic over to the concluding statements, I would like to bring to your attention that on the back table we have